Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's just get right into it. The new generation of weight loss drugs, they're everywhere. They're a total game changer. But they come with this huge question. Are we losing fat just to sacrifice our healthy, vital muscle? Let's find out.
I mean, this is the big fear, right? You see these incredible transformations. The numbers on the scale are dropping like a rock, but then you read the headlines, and they're all buzzing with these warnings about losing muscle. So, is it a dangerous trade-off? Or is there something more going on here?
And, this isn't just about looking good or your performance at the gym. Losing too much muscle mass can seriously mess with your mobility and your metabolic health for years to come. It's a really big deal, and it's exactly why scientists decided to put one of these drugs under a very powerful microscope.
To get real answers, you have to go way beyond the bathroom scale. And that's exactly what the SURPASS-3 MRI substudy did. Researchers used these super high-tech MRI scans to literally look inside people's bodies to see, with incredible precision, what kind of weight they were actually losing.
So the study set up this really fascinating head-to-head matchup. You've got the powerful new drug, Tirzepatide, in one group, and in the other, a standard old-school treatment, insulin, which is great for blood sugar but usually makes people gain a little weight. You just knew the results were going to be interesting.
So who were they looking at? Well, the researchers were super specific. They got 246 adults with type 2 diabetes. The average age was around 56, and they were all in the overweight or obese range. This is like the prime demographic for these drugs. And they followed them for a full year, which gives us a really solid long-term picture of what's going on.
Now, here's where it gets really cool. This study wasn't just about measuring muscle size. The real genius here was how they measured muscle quality. They looked at something called muscle fat infiltration, and it's just what it sounds like. How much fat is marbled inside the muscle itself? Think about the difference between a lean, powerful filet mignon and a really fatty ribeye steak. That's the kind of quality difference they were searching for. Okay, so the study's all set up. The participants are in, and after 52 weeks, the first set of data rolls in. And honestly, at first glance, it really did look like all those scary headlines might be right. So what did they find after a whole year? Let's take a look at the top-line results because they are pretty dramatic. First up, weight change. And this is why these drugs are so talked about. The Tirzepatide group lost, on average, over 10% of their body weight. The insulin group, they actually gained over 3%. It's a huge difference. But what about their muscle? That's the big question. And boom, here's that initial finding that caused all the concern. The Tirzepatide group lost muscle volume. Meanwhile, the insulin group gained a little bit. So on the surface, it seems pretty simple. You lose a bunch of weight, you lose some muscle. Case closed, right? Well, not quite. This is where the whole story flips. The researchers knew that just looking at total volume wasn't the full picture. They had to dig deeper and ask about the quality of the muscle itself. And asking this one question changes everything. Look, anytime you lose a lot of weight, you're going to lose some lean mass along with the fat. That's normal. The real question is the muscle loss out of proportion? Is it excessive? Or is something else happening that we're not seeing? And the researchers themselves give us the first big clue right in their conclusion. They say the muscle loss largely followed the overall association with weight loss. What does that mean in plain English? It means the amount of muscle they lost was totally proportional to the amount of weight they lost. So Tirzepatide wasn't acting like some muscle-destroying monster. The body was just scaling down normally. Now, that's reassuring, but it's not even the most interesting part of the story, not even close. Let's go back to that idea of muscle marbling, that fat inside the muscle tissue. What happened to that? What was the quality of the muscle people were left with? This is where the scientists found something that really surprised. Okay, just look at this chart. This is the big reveal. That first bar shows what actually happened. The Tirzepatide group reduced the fat inside their muscles. Now, get this, look at the second bar. That's what scientists expected to happen from weight loss alone. They thought it would go up a little. So Tirzepatide didn't just stop that from happening, it completely reversed it. It was actively making the muscle tissue healthier. So what does this all mean? It means we might need to totally change how we think about muscle health when someone loses a lot of weight.
Maybe it's less about the total quantity and way more about the health and quality of the muscle that you have left.
This number right here, this is the punchline of the entire study. That negative 0.42 percentage point difference, that's the magic. That's the improvement in muscle quality that you just can't explain by weight loss alone. It suggests the drug itself is doing something powerful and positive, literally cleaning the fat out of the muscle.
So yeah, while the overall muscle size went down a bit, the muscle that was left behind became leaner, cleaner, and healthier. The body was making a smart trade. It was getting rid of sheer volume in favor of much higher quality.
All right, let's boil this whole thing down. 1. Tirzepatide caused major weight loss. No surprise there. 2. Yes, some muscle volume was lost, but it was totally proportional to the weight loss. 3. And this is the big one, it dramatically reduced the fat inside the muscle. And 4, this improvement in muscle quality was way better than expected, which points to a unique, beneficial effect of the drug.
So this research really suggests that maybe, just maybe, we've been asking the wrong question all along. Maybe the real issue isn't if you lose some muscle, it's about the quality of the muscle you keep. It completely shifts the conversation from quantity to quality, suggesting we might be trading bigger, fattier muscle for smaller but much leaner and healthier muscle. Lot to think about there. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.